Today I'm going to show you how to remove lead from a car battery. I'm going to break open this car battery, pull the lead out, and melt it down and turn it into something useful, because lead has been around for thousands of years, since ancient civilizations, and we still use it today. I'm going to show you why. We're going to be taking apart this car battery to remove the acid and all the lead plates. Now, this is very dangerous, so we have a mixture of water and baking soda. Now, battery acid is no joke. That's why I have this baking soda mixture, because baking soda is a base, and if any sulfuric acid were to splash on my skin or clothes, I can use this mixture to neutralize the acid. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut off the handle so I can pour out the sulfuric acid without the handle getting in the way. I'm also going to remove the plugs on top. And now I'm just going to pour the sulfuric acid into this giant glass container. Because plastic can break down over time, but glass is chemically resistant, so I don't have to worry about it reacting to the sulfuric acid. Now it's time to start carefully cutting open the top of the car battery to get access to all the individual cells inside. And what a lot of people don't realize is that almost everything you will see inside this battery is lead. These thick metal bridges connecting each cell, those are solid lead. The terminals on top of the battery, those are also solid lead. And every single cell are stacks of lead plates, and that is where all the chemistry happens. So as I open up this battery, I'm going to remove each chunk of metal one by one. And it's easy because lead is really soft, so the saw cuts right through it like butter. And I'm going to go cell by cell and then start pulling out all the lead plates inside. And this is where the majority of the lead in the car battery actually lives. Finally, the battery is completely stripped and every lead plate is out, and now I'm just going to let the lead soak in the baking soda water mixture to neutralize the remaining acid. And this will make the lead safe to handle. So now I'm going to melt down the solid chunks of lead I pulled from inside the battery. And lead has a surprisingly low melting point of 620 degrees Fahrenheit, which means it doesn't take much heat to turn it from a solid metal into a liquid. And this low melting point is what made lead so useful for centuries, because a little bit of heat, you could melt the lead down and reshape it into anything that you need. But this is also where safety really matters, because when you melt lead, it releases fumes you do not want to breathe in. So that's why you need proper breathing protection and ventilation. These are absolutely necessary anytime you're melting down lead. Alright, so I've only melted down the heavy, solid chunks of lead from the car battery. I haven't touched the lead plates yet, and I'm going to let them air dry completely before I melt them down. But just from those solid pieces, I have just over 2 pounds of lead. And once I melt down all the lead plates, I should have around 10 pounds of lead in total. Now, lead has been used by humans for thousands of years, and it blows my mind that the Romans actually cooked their wine in lead pots to create a sweetener called sugar of lead. And they would use it to sweeten their wine. And lead is extremely toxic when you drink it in your wine all day. And over time, this would cause serious health issues like neurological damage and organ failure. And did you know that George Washington, the first US president, had dentures made out of lead? And not just lead, they were also made out of human teeth, animal teeth, and ivory. And these dentures were heavy and very uncomfortable, and probably extremely toxic. So now I'm just going to melt down all the lead again, and I'm trying to cast the Batman symbol out of lead, and we're going to see how it turns out. Oh, wow, this is surprising. It actually worked pretty good, way better than I thought. Let's try casting something else that has a little bit more detail. Alright, so this is the next piece I'm casting out of lead. It's a paperweight and it has a lot more details and it has some real weight to it, and it's fully functional, if you know what I mean. Wow, I'm really surprised how good this turned out. I mean, the details came out cleaner than I expected. I mean, it even looks better than what I pictured in my head. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video where I showed you how to remove lead from a car battery. Now if anyone has any questions about this process or about the lead or any other questions, drop a comment down below and I will answer all your questions. But thanks for watching and I will see you next time.